Opisyal na pinangalanan ng Amerikanong coach si Tab Baldwin bilang bagong head coach ng Gilas Pilipinas. Ang well-traveled na si Baldwin ay naging head coach din dati ng basketball teams ng Malaysia, Lebanon, Jordan at New Zealand. Consultant din siya ng talk and text team sa PBA na pagmamayari ng godfather ng Philippine basketball na si Manny Pangilinan. Si Baldwin ang papalit kay Chot Reyes na binakante ang kanyang pwesto pagkatapos ng matinding kritisismo sa disappointing performance ng Gilas sa recent Asian Games.
This team is in good shape. This program is in very good shape.
For more on Tab Baldwin's appointment as the new Gilas head coach, kasama natin ang basketball analyst na si Enzo Flojo. Enzo, magandang gabi at welcome to the Score. Okay, ngayon na hinirang na si Tab Baldwin na bilang head coach ng Gilas Pilipinas. 4-year contract ito binigay dito sa kanya. Ano sa tingin mo ang magiging klase ng koponan na kanyang bubuin?
Well, it will be similar to what Coach Chot had, I think. No? One of the main reasons, I think, why Coach Tab Baldwin got the job is continuity. He was with Gilas last year nung nanalo silang second place sa FIBA Asia. He was consultant in the World Cup and Asian Games as well. So his presence gives the team a bit of continuity moving forward. And we have to remember, Sir Boyet, na for the next 4 years, mag-iiba yung qualifying rounds for the next World Cup ng FIBA. So having an experienced international coach guiding our team through those unpredictable waters, I think it's a positive thing for the team.
How does Tab Baldwin become a very big factor in the next FIBA Asia Championship wherein number 1? Marami ng Asian teams na nakita ko nung magagawa natin. At number 2, ano ang maging reaksyon ni Tab Baldwin knowing the international kind of game?
I think the presence of Coach Tab is going to be very, very good because apart from Coach Chot, si Coach Tab na siguro ang pinaka-experienced and knowledgeable in Asian basketball and international basketball in the country right now na coach. No? I mean, he coached a lot of teams already. He coached New Zealand famously in 2002. Naka-Final Four sila, sir, sa World Championships nung year na yun. First time ever any team from that part of the world was able to reach that far. And of course, malaki rin yung kanyang success in Asian basketball. He guided Jordan to a second-place finish in 2011. He guided Lebanon to a championship in 2010. So, in terms of his achievements, parang unparalleled talaga si Coach Tab. So, when he will, guide our team in 2015 for the FIBA Asia Championships, he knows what to expect. He knows the tendencies of the players and teams he's going to face. So it's a very, very good thing to have him in our team as our head coach.
Well, with regards to our last Gilas team, which was a combination of experience, a bit of youth, but with more speed than anything, sa tingin mo kaya, ano ang magiging komposisyon nitong team na to na kailangan buuin ni Tab Baldwin dagkat ang magiging susunod na malaking torneo, ito nga ang 2015 na FIBA Asia Qualifiers. Sa tingin mo kaya, ano ang klase ng team na bubuin niya?
Well, for those who are knowledgeable about international basketball, Sir Boyet, alam dapat nila na si Coach Tab, he's not exactly big on speed, unlike Coach Chot was. He's big on versatility. If you look at the New Zealand team he had, the Lebanon and Jordan teams he had before, many of the players he had could play multiple positions. Many of the players were big for their positions, like si Sam Douglas was a big point guard for Jordan. So it's not about pure speed for him. Although I'm sure he's going to try and maximize that kasi strength ng mga Pinoy ang speed. But he's going to mix in a little versatility. So I expect guys who can play multiple positions, maybe someone like Gabe Norwood to return, maybe yung rookie ng talk and text like Matt Rosser could be in the mix as well. So those are the types of players I think that will, that Coach Tab will try to bring into the Gilas program.
Sino sa tingin mo ang mga manlalarong more or less have their foot in the door already?
Well, like I said, Gabe Norwood, I think, could be a good choice. He has lots of experience, versatility as well for him. I think Jason Castro should be put back in place in the Gilas team because he's one of the best point guards in the whole continent. The Paul Lee, I think, also has a very good shot. I think a shoe-in is Junmar Fajardo, definitely. We need someone like him to anchor the middle, and playing alongside him, I think, almost sureball na, barring any injury, crossing our fingers, is Andre Blatch, no, our naturalized player who's doing really well in China right now.
Nabanggit mo nga si Andre Blatch. Ngayon na naglalaro siya sa China. Malaking bentahe ba yun para sa atin? O in the same breath? Dahil nakita na ng mga tao sa China, kanyang klase na kanyang laro, magiging disadvantage na ba yun sa atin pag ginamit natin sa Andre?
Well, I think it's more of an advantage. No? The next FIBA Asia Championships kasi, sir, lalaruin sa China mismo. So Andre Blatch will already, have adjusted to the climate and the playing environment in China. So when he goes back there for the FIBA Asia Championships, I don't think there's going to be a lot of adjustment in his part. Yung notion na Chinese players will be able to scout Andre Blatch and know how to play against him. Well, he's dominating in the Chinese league right now. So they're having a lot of difficulty trying to contain him. And I think that's going to be the same thing pa rin when the FIBA Asia Championships comes along. The Blatch is a one-of-a-kind player. He's so big but so versatile also. So mahirap talaga bantayan.
Okay, let's look at the timetable. Nung dati, sinasabi natin na dahil may professional league na katulad ng PBA kung saan magagaling ang karamihan ng mga maglalaro para sa Philippine team, ito rin ba ang magiging problema na harapin ni Tab Baldwin?
Well, I've written about this so many times already on my blog and other platforms, sir. But as long as the basketball system in the Philippines is unchanged, things like timetable, the timing, the training time, that will always be a very big stumbling block for any national team moving forward. We have to remember that ang professional league natin can end as late as June.
Right.
So it's possible na, again, like before, our Gilas team, even if we have a pool of players, will only start practicing intensely for about 2 or 3 months. So it's going to be a big factor and probably a tough hurdle to get past for Tab Baldwin and the future Gilas players.
Okay, now looking back at how Tab Baldwin was part and parcel of the 2014 version of the Gilas team, what good things do you think will he carry over from the coaching style of Chotres?
Well, I think he was able to witness how Coach Chot was able to get the players to buy into the system and the philosophy of Gilas. No? And I think if he stays true to the philosophy of Gilas, of really just, the puso and Laban Pilipinas and fighting for the flag and country, I think he's going to be able to get these players on board. We have to remember, he's been doing this for a long time already. Sanay na tong coach na to try and motivate and persuade players to bring out their best in international basketball. So I think that's one big factor in our favor. Right? He'll be able to find a way to bring out the best in Junmar, in Jason, in Gabe, and the other players coming into the Gilas program.
Okay, now Tab Baldwin being the third non-Filipino coach of recent memory, as far as I'm concerned, following the footsteps of Norman Black, Tim Cohn, and now Tab Baldwin. Ano tingin mo, ang magiging reaksyon ng mga Pilipino na siya ang hinirang na head coach?
Well, considering na marami ng precedents for having a non-Filipino national team coach, I think, Filipino basketball fans will find this okay, even good, actually.
Pero alam mo, ang diferensya dyan, dahil si Norman, at si Coach Tim,
lumaki dito.
In the local league. Tim's Bola started his coaching career here in the Philippines.
Yes.
He had his kids and his family here for the longest time. Norman played as an import first before eventually moving on to coaching and deserved accolades as both coach and player. But Tab Baldwin, only came into the Philippine basketball picture as a consultant of the national team, and eventually now will head the program.
Ang magiging analogy ko dyan, Sir Boy, it would be Coach Raiko Toroman, who also came into the program, I think 2009, purely for the national team. So that would be a good analogy, I think, for Tab Baldwin to follow. As long as Coach Tab gets or becomes successful, reasonably successful in the international scene, as long as he maintains a good public image and good relations with the people around Philippine basketball, I think he's going to be fun and even revered, actually.
Well, I hope walang stumbling block, pero ano magiging stumbling blocks?
Well, pinag-usapan natin kanina bago yung show, sir, one big stumbling block for any national team coach, especially for a Gilas coach, is to get the players you want. I mean, any coach, it will be easy to come up with a 24, 30-man wish list. But how many of those players will you actually be able to get? How many of them ang talagang papayagan ng mother teams nila or schools to actually, spend time and practice and play for Gilas. That's going to be one big thing or issue moving forward.
Alam mo, ito yung hindi natin natalakay kanina. Kasi ang sabi nga nila, by invitation yan iniimbita ka.
Yes.
Ngayon, dalawa lang yan. Either tanggapin mo o tanggihan mo.
Yeah.
Ngayon, yung pagtanggi, depende yan.
Oo.
Either ikaw mismo tumatanggi or ang tumatanggi dahil hindi ka pinapayagan.
Nako, mahirap.
So, yun ang isa sa mga kailangan malampasan ni Tab
Yes.
Baldwin. Pero sa suma total nito, sa tingin mo kaya, pagbibigyan siya?
That's going to, even I don't have a definite answer for that, sir. No? I think the PBA has released a statement that they're 100% behind the national team. But a press release is different from what will actually happen. Until we actually see all teams, give unlimited access to their players to the national team, I think that will always be a shadow that's, going to be hovering around Gilas. So we'll believe it when we see it.
We're looking at how the tournament will be. 2015 FIBA Asia qualifiers and possibly, just possibly, 2016 Rio de Janeiro.
Naku.
Ano ang realistic na kailangan asamin ng ating mga kababayan?
Well, considering we're going to have Blatch play in the Asian level for the first time, considering we're going to have a very experienced international coach, but many of the same players from last 2 years are going to be back, assuming those things happen, I think it's reasonable to expect, at the very least, a top 3 or top 2 finish. I don't want to say expect gold because I might jinx it, but in reality, we have a very good shot, sir. A lot of other teams are getting old. Iran is getting old. China is in transition. Korea in transition as well. So this is a very, very good time for the Philippines to actually exploit all these factors and, stand on top of the Asian basketball scene once again.
Well, with that, Enzo, maraming salamat muli sa iyong pagbisita
Thank you,
dito
sir.
sa The Score at we will talk to you again, I'm sure, very, very soon. Okay, sa aming pagbabalik, Chicago Bulls pinadapa ang Toronto Raptors. Mabalitang NBA sa pagbabalik ng The Score.